Welcome to Three Skulls Tavern, a channel devoted to tabletop role-playing games by Free League Publishing. This show is sponsored by Foundry, the virtual tabletop, as well as WorldMill, online server hosting for the Foundry tabletop. To support the show, head over to patreon.com/MattK. For a minimum of $2 per month, you get access to a ton of extra content. Previously on Alien, New Alaska.
The crashed ship seemed so much more enormous up close than it did when we were in it. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to get into it, and the pups weren't much help with the sheer size of the thing. When at last we got up to an airlock where an EVA pod had come out, it was mostly due to Jack and Elizabeth. I was just glad to feel useful when I could get the door to open. It's a shame it didn't have any power. The inside of the ship is a bloody mess. I know that we passed by what we all knew was the gruesome remains of a crewman, but Elizabeth was good enough at least to stop us from having the mental image of it to haunt us. It's a shame that she couldn't do that at the bridge. Those poor buggers were solid like sausages in a freezer, and a big section of glacial karst substratum had shattered the bridge view screen. We knew that we'd be able to find the mother units on the bridge, but we didn't get far looking before somebody started shooting. I don't know what happened very much, since I got my head down pretty fast, but two things stick out in my memory. One, the shooter was one of the med techs from the ship's crew, and two, Kai made the most inhumane display of pragmatism I've ever seen. The bastard used Elizabeth's programming to force her to be a bullet shield. His disregard for synthetics is revolting, but it didn't help that the med tech also turned out to be one. I've never heard any credible reports of synthetics being reprogrammed to do violence before, but I suppose there's nothing in theory to stop it. I guess I should never have hoped for more from this cruel universe and the greedy people in it. God, I'm so tired of all of this. At least I feel like I've gotten to know the rest of the team better now, and I've some respect for their competence. Even that vicious bootneck is somebody I'd rather have around if something else starts shooting.
Remember to unmute this time. Hello and welcome back to Alien. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm playing Jack in this campaign. And if we go starting from the top, Habib.
Hi, I'm playing Kai, who's our logistics and vehicles expert, ex-Navy, and yeah, that's it. Thanks.
And Harry.
I'm Jean-Michel. I'm playing the crew geologist.
And Chris.
I'm Kit. I'm playing the baby of the company, and I'm a roughneck.
And over to Ed.
I'm Ed. I'm your friendly game mother.
We'll remember that you said friendly, by the way.
Friendly? Okay, well, I think
we'll hold you to that.
Please, mother.
There's more than one version of friendly.
That's true. So I'll get straight back into it. You are all on board the crashed Houston. You had just had a run-in with a synthetic who was your medtech while you were coming out of stasis. Ada, she now lies on the floor with a massive hole in her head, thanks to Jack. And she has been well and truly beaten. Jack, maybe not? No, sorry.
No. I definitely did not get my hands dirty.
You did not, sorry. I think it was Kai.
I think Kai did, yeah.
Yeah, Kai put it out of its misery. Covered in white, sticky, milk-like substance. Elizabeth and Ada, both in a sorry way. Kit, Kai, Elizabeth had attacked the synthetic, while Jack and I guess Jean-Michel, sorry, hung back to let the rest do the dirty work. So you're all currently in the corridor, or just off to the outside of the corridor, with Ada laying in the pile. It's very dark, it's very cold, and you're hurting, if not a little bit stressed. Chris, what are you doing?
Oh, gosh, isn't that the doctor lady? Whatever happened? How I thought they couldn't do that.
She twitches a little bit.
No, but there could be more. Is there any cover nearby that we can get to? Because we're kind of like at a corridor junction, right?
You are.
So anywhere we can get to that's like a closed door or a cupboard or anything we can get behind.
So from where you are, there is the bridge. There is also the reactor relay. So
the closest will be going back to the bridge, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you you go to the.
Well, we could get into the right next to the reactor relay as well, and that might be worth seeing if we can get some power going from in there.
You can try.
It's next
Is
to the reactor.
the door open?
The door is not open. The door is shut, but it is the reactor.
But the scale is what? Scale here is what? 2 meters.
2 meters by 2 meters. Yeah.
So, well, Kai basically kind of ushers Elizabeth and Kit quickly back onto the bridge. It's a way safe, we don't say, to get in there sort of thing quickly. And then has a bit of a hissy fit as he then realises he's got a hole in him. They start to go about limited inspection, bearing in mind that you probably can't take off any garments to actually look at.
Okay.
Only it's Elizabeth that's going to be patching you up.
I'm gonna grab the remains of Ada.
Yep.
And drag her into the bridge as well, because I think we want
Okay,
to probably
no problem.
question her.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to go into the mother bay, and I'm going to have a good look at some things and see if I can't find where the mother units are kept.
Okay. So you'll make your way back into the bridge, which is, as you know, is covered with snow and ice and rock, which have kind of come through the bridge itself. It's thankfully you're all wearing your suits, other than Kai's suit, who's now got a nice clean hole in. It's starting to get a bit cold, Kai.
Okay, as soon as he do kind of a med tech roll or something just to kind of figure out where he was hit, because obviously can't really tell. I'm guessing adrenaline and everything else don't know where the hole is.
You can
Doesn't feel bad. He's not falling over.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, go for it.
Okay, what has he got? Skills. Medical aid.
While you're doing that, Jean-Michel, you get
Oh, what's that?
That's a panic.
Oh,
Excellent.
so
That sounds
if you
very
wanna-
good.
If you want to roll your stress.
Okay, now I've got a talent that helps with this. So how do I roll stress? I've not actually done this before.
Okay, so you should
Just
have
click on
your
stress.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Excellent.
Right.
Okay, this is kind of actually where he was going anyway.
Okay.
Oh, that fits really well. Yeah.
He's in the Navy, never been fucking shot out. 2 days on this unit and we're already shot at. This changes everything. I'm done. I'm gone. New mission briefing. I'm out of here. And does.
Okay.
Heads back to the cap.
Okay.
Rip here a bit of gaffer tape or ape suit patch or whatever else is in the meantime. Kind of
stick it on.
patch it up.
And I'm kind of like, while I'm like looking at Ada, trying to figure out what's going on, I'm like, Kai!
Kai
As you're
makes
kind of
a
like-
beeline out of the door.
Fuck.
As Jean-Michel goes into the mother unit. Kit.
Should I go after him? Do you want me to go get him?
No. Oh, fuck. No, we need to stick together.
Somebody should go with him.
What about Elizabeth? Do
We
I
should
need
probably
to
go in
catch her
pairs
up?
if we're going anywhere. This
Elizabeth,
is a dangerous
can
planet.
you escort him back to the cat if he won't come back?
Can I ask?
But Elizabeth is licking.
can I ask all of you apart from Jean-Michel
Yeah.
to make a panic roll?
Oh yeah. Every friendly
Anthony
character who
Diaz.
sees you run must make an immediate panic roll. So you go to our character sheet, right? And we click on
freaks
stress.
Out. Yep.
Right?
Yep. Correct. So he's freaking out, and you're going to get freaked out as well. So, Kit, you're just like
We make a stress roll, or we make a panic, like.
the panic roll.
Right. Okay.
Yep, you're fine,
Nice.
Jack. Kit, you're just like frozen in place. You're like, what?
I actually
But
rolled
he
it
was
wrong. I should have taken
fine.
2 off and added 2, but actually, I like that condition. That works out really nicely.
Yep. Right. So unfortunately, that also means that because anyone that's around Kit can also add a point of stress.
Around. Oh.
Kit,
Yeah.
Because I froze.
That's just me.
because
I
you
think.
froze. So just you, yeah. Have another one.
All right. This is happening.
There you go, just for fun. But it's okay. You don't have to make a panic roll. You just get a point of stress.
Not a death spiral. It's the panic spiral.
Oh, indeed.
Which I guess is kind of the same thing as a death spiral in this game.
Yeah. So, you are going to make your way straight out, Kai. Back the way you came, I guess.
Yep, I guess it's the most direct and the one he knows, and obviously,
Okay.
mind in panic follows habits, I guess, doesn't it? So it's the way
Yep.
you came in, the way you go out.
It's fine. So we'll go to you, Jean-Michel. You, the door is already slightly ajar, so you kind of push it while all this is going on, and you basically go into the mother unit. It is an older ship, so there's a lot of blinking lights. There's a seat in the middle of the room. There is a keypad in front of it, and off to the side, you've got a brand new mother unit, probably about yay size.
Check.
And it looks like it's been ripped open, and a part of the mother unit's been pulled out.
Typical. Bad news, folks. Looks like somebody's had a good shot at the mother unit here and pulled out something important. And I'm guessing that the thing that's been pulled out is the thing that we've come to get.
You realise you're talking to yourself as
Where is everybody?
you turn around.
Through the door.
Or we have.
Chris is just kind of like standing there.
Yeah.
Jack is kind of looking over at the at Ada, and you can't see Kai.
Oh, I'm going to assume that they're just ignoring me.
Okay.
And just being, I don't know, like, wrapped up in their own things. So
Yeah.
Yes, that's the awful people we are.
I'm just going to have a good rummage around the mother bay here, and
Okay.
I'm guessing that the upgrades that we were looking for are gonna be some like relatively small data storage device, like an octagonal floppy disk or something.
It's that big box that's sitting on the side that I've just described to you.
Yeah,
80s
I was afraid of
technology.
that. So that looks like it weighs about as much as a person on this high gravity
Yeah.
planet. That's going to be so great.
It has a
It's gonna be
mechanical. Yeah. We'd be able to carry it.
Yeah,
And,
you'd be able to carry it between a couple of units easily.
So did you say between a couple of us?
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's just awkward, to kind of move around
Yeah.
things and stuff like that.
That's what I was afraid of. But that's the thing that's got a hole in it and something missing.
Okay.
Can I find out if the mother unit that governs this ship is intact?
You could indeed make a contact roll if you wish.
Am I qualified to figure out what's missing?
Probably if you've got contact.
No.
No.
I was wondering. I mean, I do kind of, but I was wondering if it might be the machinery bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try my luck if Jean-Michel doesn't. Yeah,
Okay.
he does manage though.
Yeah. So you look at the mother unit. The ship's mother unit is offline, and looking at the separate mother unit, the sort of like the upgrade part, it's just missing. Looks like some data, like a physical data storage part. The rest of it is fine, which means you could probably install that. And it should upgrade the majority of it, but whatever that data is there will be missing.
I really hope that data is not the stuff that they need for their life support.
I guess it's like a modern day hard drive, but that's size and just pull out. And put in. There's a whole load of them.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna walk back into the bridge and get everybody's attention.
So while you've done that, Jack, you and Ada. So Ada is at your feet. The head unit appears to be mostly off on one side.
Is she still
multiple stab wounds and broken parts?
Is she still like responsive?
She's kind of, since you pulled her in, there's the odd twitch, but there doesn't appear to be much of anything else.
Can I try and see if oh man, I mean, I think I've got some Comtech skill. Will it be Comtech to try and
It will be Comtech.
Figure out if I kind of turn her body sideways or something and see if there are any obvious cables that I can like splice together like I'm hot wiring a car. I'm literally just gonna try that. Like, well, it's just like if I can see a cable that's been like cut and they're the same color or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Make a Comtech roll for me then.
I got a single 6.
That's a lot of yellow dice.
I only have 3 stress. I'm not sure why it's rolling so many.
Yeah.
I rolled twice.
It did roll twice.
It
And
did.
it clicked it once. It's interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll go with the second one, shall we?
No, go with the first one. Go with the first one. It's more interesting.
Okay, yeah. So you start to hotwire her. Before it takes go, there's a couple of sparks fly, and she kind of like her eyes flicker open for a second, and she goes, and the servers start to like malfunction, and there's a couple of more sparks, and there's a noise as one of her nostrils starts to flare and catches a light for a second, and then there's a grey smoke kind of like filters up, and you're like, oh, it's got a mixture of sort of like burnt skin and plastic.
Oh, fucking skin jobs. Sorry, wrong.
It's close enough. I guess, Chris, what is Kit going to do?
Jack, can I help?
If you know how to get one of these things up and like communicative again, by all means.
Well, happy to try, but I mean,
Got like
these
my hands are
guys
dripping
are
with like white blood.
these guys are just a tiny bit more fiddly than the nice big engines I'm used to.
You can't.
Oh dear. Oh.
You guys can do more damage to her than I did.
So by the way, this is something that needs to be clarified from last session, because again, this show kind of focuses on the rules, and this is something that has come up quite often. Also, when I first played this game, there's a little bit of confusion around what a panic roll means, and it doesn't actually necessarily mean that the success is negated, which is what we said last time. It's only depends on what the panic condition says. So if you have a panic condition where you flee, then obviously you don't succeed. But if you manage to keep your shit together, the success goes forward. So we had this. I think we had this last session as well.
Yeah, I was gonna chat to you about this, so that's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so we don't know. That might be a success, Chris. We need you to roll the panic roll first to see. You've got 4 stress already.
Ooh, what's that? More panic.
So you can have some.
Seek cover.
Yeah, so you're not succeeding.
So seek cover sounds like maybe there's like some sort of bridge furniture that would offer
Or
some
a small room.
like cavity for me to squeeze. Oh, the mother
think-
cabinet. Oh, that would be nice. Good
Yeah,
thing.
you just want to get away. From,
Recovery.
Yeah.
And is exactly since the bridge has all the the windows smashed in. Yeah. Oh, mother
Corpse
cabinet.
skulls.
okay.
Yes, I rush past Jean-Michel and cover underneath the mother.
That's fine.
And it looks like Jean-Michel and I are gonna increase our stress by 1, and you're gonna decrease yours by 1. That's brilliant. Ed, you. Yeah.
Just reading it. Sorry.
It's Elizabeth. What's her status right now? Is she still?
She's
Sorry.
sitting on the floor,
Okay.
and she's kind of like trying to patch up where the knife has kind of gone in.
Okay.
And because she was under the impression that the Kai was going to help patch her up, but obviously run off. She's kind of like got a hand on her clavicle and her neck to stop the fluid from leaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of, for the most part, doing that.
Oh, poor Elizabeth.
But she's just watching you all. She looks at you, looking at her, and she goes, "Yes, Jack."
I don't suppose you know how to get one of you communicative again?
I do, but we're probably going to require some kind of kit. If we can find an electrical kit, I can get it sorted.
Kit? You got any electrical kit on you? I'll come get it from you. You got anything on you? And I'm very much shouting right now. Like, I know the door to the out of the bridge is open.
I wondered would the diagnostic device be a good fit?
You could probably jury rig something with that, but what you really need is an actual proper electronics kit, either from one of the workrooms here on board one of the ships, or back on the Snowcat. If you wanted to get it, done correctly, you could probably bodge jump something for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and then you might inevitably break it. So
we still have our helmets on, right? Or
you've still got your helmets on, yeah.
And are the comms still working?
The comms are still working as long as you can see each other.
Okay, so I can't get in touch with Kai.
No, Kai is
Right.
completely got on.
Yeah. All right. And that also means that I won't be able to speak to him when he's inside of the Snowcat either.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm.
So, Kai, you made your way all the way around the corridor and up the stairs. Up the ladder,
Right.
to the floor above.
I thought it was the. Oh yes, because we're going to the EEV dock thing.
Yep. You come out of there and make your way around out of the actual ladder area, and then you make your way through, down, and all the way back the way you came, to where the door is open to the airlock area, to where the UV will be, or the personal escape vehicle. And as soon as you get to the door, you open it, and there is a blizzard just come out of nowhere. And the front of the UV area is just covered in snow, and it's just blowing a massive gale.
As a little mini rage, swears a bit, kicks the wall, and then slaps the door closed again as the snow's starting to fall all over him where he is.
Yeah.
Kind of
So,
breathes a moment. I'm assuming that kind of flea condition has dissipated now.
No.
Okay, but he still wants to get out.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Then kind of a hand goes to the chest to feel that everything's still in place and nothing's fallen out of place. And
Tell you what you
PDA.
can do.
PDA
Yep.
for the next available exit, I guess. Oh, landing gear, straight down there.
I'll tell you what, you get there. As soon as you open up and you have a look outside, it just makes more sense. It kind of like snaps you out of that panic mode, and you realize that you're just okay. It's actually not that safe out there. So you're like, oh, okay, and that kind of like snaps you out of the panic,
And then he
and you realize where you are, and you're on your own.
backtracks the amount of vulnerable areas he's just steamed through without a care to the world, sort of
yeah,
thing.
that's exactly it.
Swears inwardly.
And as you do that, you hear the sound of something fall to the floor. Further on, and it echoes down the corridor.
Lights towards the sun and gun, and then back into
We'll leave you there.
cryodoc.
Well, as you kind of back in towards the cryodeck, we'll go back to the others. Okay.
Arsehole.
Kit.
I guess I picked myself up out of the mother room.
You're like, it's really starting to grate to you now. You're like, it's just.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jack. I'm so sorry. I'm just such a useless. Please, how can I make this up to
focus.
everybody?
Just focus. Look, this happens. Just breathe deeply. Get over here. You need something practical to do to get
Yes,
get
please.
your mind engaged.
Just let me do
Here.
something. Yeah.
You try and see if you can do anything with Ada here. I'm gonna go look in the reactor relay control room to see if there's any if I can find some kind of wiring, electrical tools or something for you. All right?
Oh, that would be good. Please do. Yeah.
Elizabeth is in here. She'll keep an eye on you. It'll be fine. Just breathe,
Thank
breathe.
you. Oh.
Yep.
Phew.
Okay. So Jean-Michel is just watching this interplay. What's Jean-Michel going to do?
I'd like to see if there's anything I can do for Elizabeth now that I'm aware that she's here and not being helped by Kai.
Yeah, if you've got some kind of comm-tech to help her, then she'd be more than happy if you want to help her. Kind of just staunch
I actually
some
have
of
shit all
the...
comm-tech. It's just that I've got a really high wits score.
Okay.
That is the most mediocre role I've seen in my whole dang life.
But you're so witty.
You root around, so she goes, oh, okay, and then she kind of allows you to kind of like root around in her servers and
Plastic
everything
skin
else.
blasters
And
turns
you're
out
kind of like,
hard to find.
Yeah, you're kind of finding to kind of like stop the actual leak wherever the leak may be, but it's just still leaking, and you're just covered in this white goop. After a while, she's like, "Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. You've done a really good job." And she kind of hangs onto the sort of like parts again and sort of says, "Perhaps maybe if we got that electronic kit, maybe we could do
I
something."
think that's There's obviously.
But no, it looks a lot better.
I'm torn between like sincere and sarcastic thank you, and I don't know which to do.
So Kit,
Thank you for like sparing my ego. Like I know what you're doing, and that's more annoying somehow. But
yeah, Kit, you go back to Ada because you couldn't really do very much last time. You're like kind of at odds without anything.
Well, I mean, on Ada, I'm just going to do less harm than I would do on Elizabeth. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hey Kit, where did Kai go? I thought. Where's he supposed to be?
What? Fuck! He just ran off.
What do you mean he just ran off?
I've got no idea. He just, one second he was, like that.
That's weird.
I know.
Jack, you go across the reactor relay controls.
Mm-hmm.
The door is there. It's shut. It's locked. It's exactly the same as before. you're gonna have to pop the latch and pump the
I'll
actual
do that.
thing, which
Yep.
you do. That's fine, and you crack it and you get into the reactor relay controls.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that doesn't go off is your radiation detection.
Good.
It's a good sign. But it does tell you there is a breach in. As soon as you go in, there is on your left and your right. You've got landing gears.
Mhm.
So all the internals for the landing gears.
Yeah.
And you can see snow actually in the window of the landing
Okay.
gears.
Yeah.
There is actually a compartment here with electronic and mechanical toolkits.
Alright.
And you can see another enclosed door which goes into the reactor itself, which you're probably going to go in.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the reactor. Surprise, surprise. But I will grab one of the... If I imagine a kit is kind of like a toolbox with a handle kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll grab one mechanical and one electrical in each
Yeah.
hand and take them back into the bridge with me.
Sure. Okay, that's not a problem. You kind of go back into the bridge with the kits. So now your missions have changed.
Yeah.
You probably will be able to do something with both Elizabeth and potentially Ada.
So I think it probably makes more sense to help Elizabeth first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give the electrical kit to Jean-Michel, and I'll help him, and I'll say, Kit, come give us a hand over here, so we can do we can assist. Well, in fact, it probably should be Kit doing the role, although you've got a lot of stress. No, it definitely should be Jean-Michel doing the role because he's the least stressed.
I'm
he's
also-
gonna have us helping.
I'm not
here.
that com-techy, really. I think
Fine.
I think Jean-Michel's wits are gonna.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
for the.
I'm not a specialist at
things.
this, but I've got steady hands, and you're a space plumber.
Yeah, I've got
Exactly.
I've got 4 wits and 1 comtech, so I'm actually less than Jean-Michel's the best at this right now.
Yeah.
But if the both of us are helping him, then we can give him a +2 to his roll,
And that would be great.
and you'll also potentially get some extra dice for the kit as well. So I
There's
think
gross juice inside this, so actually a space plumber is extremely relevant expertise.
Yes. So you all kind of crowd around Elizabeth, just like. She says, I should probably charge you for this. By all means, you can make a roll to fix her with an extra.
Elizabeth, who programmed you with dirty jokes?
Well, I could tell you if you really wanted to.
Later.
this
You'll
is
have
where
to
you
tell me later.
this is where you need to right click, I think, right, on it, or do you?
You right click and it comes up
yes,
with
right click.
edit.
Yeah.
And then you can add 4 extra dice.
Yeah, so I see base modifier and stress modifier.
So space modifier
And you can add them as skill, I think it is.
What do I add?
+4, he said.
+4 to your skill, yeah.
Son of a bitch. Do I need to add in the 1 stress die I
Oh,
have?
that's rolled automatically.
Or will
Automatic.
it
That's automatic.
be accounted for?
Yep, it'll automatically be accounted for, I believe.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
That's
Okay.
a lot of dice.
And there you go.
Mother of actual shit. Look how many bloody well dice that is.
Yeah.
And I still get 1 success and 1
On the
stress.
plus side, you should be fine for your stress roll.
But this is
Guys,
where
I'm
you
getting-
roll for the stress first to see what happens. So you got to roll to see
Roll
if you...
for the stress and I have an aneurysm and go blind.
We'll see if
Maybe
that
not.
success counts.
You
or
should
not.
be alright.
Alright, so I just roll 1d6?
No, click on your character sheet
Alright.
and click on the bit that says stress up under your name. Just click on it.
I love this. This is great.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's okay. Not too bad. You only had the 1 stress, so that's not too bad.
Oh!
Unfortunately, everybody else can have an extra point of stress.
Yay!
Yes, you're kind of like really kind of nervous and twitchy and trying to get all the servers and stuff in. You're kind of like
This is a lot of pressure. This is a
Drop-
lot of pressure.
you
Poor
drop one of the sort
Elizabeth.
of like tweezers into her sort of like clavicle and she looks at you and you have to like fish it out and then you
This
kind
is
of like
the
have
worst game of Operation I've ever played.
to. On the plus side, you do actually manage to sort of like stop the actual leak. And you manage to sort of like fix one of the servers and you kind of start to sort of like do a really rough patch on her skin. But yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time while you do this.
Just sewing a strip of fabric over the hole.
But because you're both helping him, it's taking a little less time, but it means that while you're doing all that, you don't have a chance to do anything else. Okay, Kai.
Mhm.
You make your way into the cryo deck. The door itself is open.
Okay.
And a line in here is 7 cryo chambers.
Okay.
All of them are open.
And there's no doors out.
There's no doors out.
Okay. So kind of backs in. Can I still hear any noise coming, or was it
Nope.
just an isolated? Nothing. No noise.
No. Well, not, you kind of like try and focus, but you can't really hear anything now that you're not in the corridor.
Okay. Gets in behind one of the pods so you can kind of see across to the door.
Yeah.
But I guess there's no power, is there?
Nope.
So I couldn't get in one of these things if I wanted to.
Nope.
All right. And now that he's composed, takes a moment while in between flicks of the eyes up to the door to kind of pat himself down, try and get a hand at least inside the clothing to check for blood or anything else, because he's still convinced there's a hole in him.
It's at that point, while you look down, you look up, you notice there's a light just outside the actual doorway.
A torch pinprick light or a beam of light.
Like a torch light.
Is in framed in the doorway, or
Yeah, so it flashes into the doorway and then stops.
okay, waits and kind of draws a bead.
Okay. Do you still have your light on?
It was on.
Okay, so yeah, it's still on then. And then something comes flying through the doorway.
Size.
Like
Grenade size.
about that sort of size.
Fucking shoot it.
You fire and you miss hopelessly. The thing lands on the floor. It looks like some kind of large spanner or something, and it clangs onto the floor. All of you, while you're fixing Elizabeth, hears a clong noise coming through the actual superstructure of the vessel.
And then a gunshot.
And then a gunshot. Then you will hear a gunshot.
And
as
then,
it
We can
echoes
hear
around.
that, can we?
And then
You
make
can hear
yourself-
that because
He's directly below us, right?
Yeah, and he's above you.
Or above, yes, right.
Yeah, he's directly above you. So, plus all the kind of hallway, it kind of like filters down, but in sort of like a boom, and it echoes down.
and then a shout out of, I'm a member of the rescue team sent out for the research base. Make yourself known, or you will be declared hostile.
Fucking don't shoot! Fucking don't shoot! You hear
Fucking
from the
don't
other side.
Come in. I'm putting my gun down.
You see this person come into the room. Well, he doesn't come into the room. He just kind of goes off to the side, and he goes, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!"
Very visibly, kind of like puts the hammer back down and tucks it away, puts the flap over.
He says, "Hamad, my name's Hamad. I'm the corporate officer from the Houston. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot."
Pulls out his PDA. What's your passenger reference number? Roster number.
He basically gives you the rough number, and he is the corporate liaison officer for the ship. He is one of the crew.
Good. Gives him something to focus on and maintain control again. All right. Come in for a moment. Take a seat. Have you seen anyone else? Is there anyone else alive?
Yeah. There's one of the med techs, and I'm sure I saw the captain.
The med tech lady, Ada.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay. Let's get back to the rest of the team
Where is everyone else?
on the bridge.
Oh shit. Okay.
Why? Oh shit.
Well, there's a dead body. There's a couple of dead bodies down there.
For fuck's sake. Where's? Okay.
Someone's been shot.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, did you want to help that?
Please.
He kind of like wanders over.
He roots around in his pockets and pulls out a full dressing kit, but I don't know if he can get under the clothing to do that.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how to, he starts to kind of battle around with your with the dressing and stuff. Meanwhile, back to you. You're just fixing up Elizabeth, and you complete the fixing up of Elizabeth. She says, "Thank you all. Thank you very much."
Yeah, hopefully when the synthetic uprising comes, you'll remember who was kind to one of our synthetic overlords.
She smiles at you.
So, Elizabeth, could you try and see if you can bring Ada online, please, and so we can ask her some questions?
Sure.
Only this, like the speech centers, obviously. If you're able to do that.
You would like her to come back and start strangling us all again?
Yeah, preferably not.
She smiles. She says, "Sure, I can do that. That's not a problem."
I'm happy to like assist if she needs assistance. I assume we all probably would. I don't know if you're rolling for it. I don't know if you would. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she starts to faff around with her internal servers and stuff, and she kind of like clips off the head, and she starts to mess about with it. She says, "I took out a lot of the actual sensors in the head. I could probably download it as data as opposed to having her say anything." And she whips out her PDA and starts
that'll work.
She attaches that, and she starts to kind of continue to do that. So if you all want to potentially take a breather, you can do. But after just hearing the gunshot from upstairs, I'm probably going to say you're probably no less stressed now than you would be, so maybe not.
What about interacting with our...
Yes, if you've got your
signature item.
If you've got your signature item, you can potentially sit down and just kind of focus on your item and just take a few moments to kind of compose yourselves. You can do that.
This is, by the way, once
nice.
Per act in cinematic mode, which I imagine is basically the whole time we're
so it's one
here,
session.
probably.
Yeah.
And it only reduces your stress by 1.
Yeah.
Is Kai okay to do that as well? Is he kind of being patched up because his signature item? Okay.
No. Not for Kai, I'm afraid. But you know,
stress is
small
good.
mercies.
Yeah. But the rest of you,
He's
you
got
can
to
reduce your stress by 1.
Yeah.
And you sort of like
Kit
take
fiddles with a rosary.
Yep.
I pull out my resin golf ball, is what it kind of looks like, and I'm kind of just looking at it. My kind of drift off, thinking about this little alien organism that has been named after me. The ultimate ego trip.
I'm guessing, Jean-Michel, you're flipping through your
I'm just gonna
comics.
put my back against something solid and just get out the little comic book. I'm not really reading it. I just sort of
just
look at it
to get your mind from not being here.
Yeah, like, I've memorized every part of it. It's just
well used, well thumbed.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like not turning pages while I look at it.
Kai, Hamad is basically having a juice.
While he's doing that, I'll kind of like try and get the story from him of what happened, what other survivors there are apart from Ada, and where they are.
He says, well, it all went a bit wrong, didn't it? Something happened. All of a sudden, there was this almighty noise crash. I was in my bunk. I ran to the bridge, and there was all sorts of nonsense going on. They were trying to control it. So I thought, well, I'll just get back to the bridge and make sure from the bridge and get back to my place. Then everyone started to evacuate. I went back to go and speak to the captain. Before I knew it, I was going to try and go to one of the personal EVs. It turns out they'd gone. So I don't know what happened there. So I then I don't know, it all happened really weird. Just everything happened really quickly. All of a sudden, we were kind of hurtling towards the planet. I just started to lose consciousness. When I came round, we were free falling. The navigator was trying to do a controlled descent. I managed to strap myself in. And then, it all just happened. We just crashed. I came round, went back to the bridge, found a couple of bodies. Couldn't see the captain. Someone was dead in the lift. I saw Ada run off. So I was trying to find her, but then I heard all this gunfire, and I managed to kind of have a look around. I was up on the top deck, which is, I'm guessing, whatever was going on there. So, and then I don't know. It just all. Then I saw your light, but I didn't know who you were. But thankfully, it turns out that you're one of the people here to rescue us. I mean, how many of you are there? I don't know how many.
We're a team of 4, and we're expecting 8 survivors, but the situation's changed a little bit. Let's get back to the bridge to my team, and I'll fill you in there.
Well, how did you get here?
We've got a snowcat outside, but there's a
Right.
blizzard. We're snowed in right now.
God. Okay. Well, show me where we need to go, and I'll
Beeline back to the bridge. I literally left them a few moments ago.
Okay. Yeah, you can start. You're out.
He
Cool.
probably looks a bit suspect as he's trying to not to obviously check blind corners and keep hand close to fire, and without still not panicking this one survivor we've actually got.
Okay.
And he has no empathy, so probably not doing a very good job of it at all.
Yep. That's fine. Right. Back to you lot. Okay. You've taken a few minutes to sort of get your thoughts. And Elizabeth says, okay, I've got the information here. She says, so I've got, I managed to pull off some of her priorities. And this is what I've got. And she pulls up the, right. I've got disable Houston, life expendable, retrieve data packet, Lima Bravo 917 2 Kilo X-ray.
Okay, wait. Can you say that again? Lima?
Sure. She sends it all across to PDF. Lima Bravo 917 -2 Kilo X-ray.
Okay.
Contact agent, call for backup. Secretary priorities, secure Martinez, disable life support.
What the hell?
Okay, so we have
Martinez was the captain, right?
Martinez is the facility director.
Oh, here on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Okay.
hell?
Well, we have the reason the oh man, the ship crashed even. Okay. Can we maybe bring the head with us? Because did you say Elizabeth removed the head?
She took it off. Yeah. You can see that while she's done that, she's put the PDA down, and she's got the knife, and she's basically sticking it into Ada's stomach, and just basically hacking it into it, and she then starts to peel away the skin and the stomach,
Uh-huh.
and she kind of puts her arm in, and she kind of like wrangles it up, And she starts fishing around, starts pulling out all these wires and tubes and little weird balls of stuff. She pulls everything out. She says, "Oh, it's in here somewhere." It goes right in. And she goes, "I think that's it." And she pulls and rips. And she comes out with this like fleshy kind of metallic bit dangling from like this viscous mucus stuff. And she kind of like spits on it and kind of wipes it. She goes, she hands it over to you, Jack.
What?
Um,
What the fuck is this?
It's a serial number. And she says, "It's Wayland Yutani."
Yeah, but what is it?
It's her serial number. This is her maker's mark.
Okay. Okay. Wayland Yutani. Right. Okay. So not BioCell. Okay. Yeah.
So Wayland
LaSalle
Yutani built
Bionational.
this
That's the
thing,
name.
Yeah, that's our binational.
And what?
Yeah.
Are you using it to sabotage LaSalle Bionational?
Yeah.
Guess.
That seems plausible.
All right. I think we need to get down to see where the gunshot was. I'm a bit worried about Kai. Let's all stick together.
I tend to agree.
Says,
Up, I should say, not down.
She says, is that everything?
Well, there's no. The mother unit's been ripped out. There's not much.
Yeah,
There's not much else that we can do here, right?
Well, the mother unit is still salvageable for some of its functions. It's still worthwhile taking back to the base.
Okay.
Do you want me to carry that?
So we'll need to carry it together. But the damage done to it has removed an unknown amount of function.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
my guess is that some is better than none, and we can hope that it's going to be the upgrades for the climate control system. And if it's not, we haven't lost much, and if it is, we've gained everything.
So this is
Okay.
a Mother 6000 unit, is that right?
Mother 6000 is what's on the ship.
Yeah.
This is a Mother 7000.
7000, right?
Yeah, which is the upgrade unit, which is a bit of a large.
And what's
population.
the size thing for it? Do you know?
So the size thing would be large.
Okay, so
It would just require, in reality, you just require two of you to kind of manhandle it up the ladder,
yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah, it's fine
Okay.
otherwise. You can just drop
Is it less than a fridge?
It's less than a fridge.
Harry,
It's,
it weighs two units of equipment in your inventory, so I can carry it right now.
So rather than being really, really heavy, it's equivalent of like maybe 2 modern day computer towers.
It's like carrying a chest of drawers through a submarine.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
It's not heavy, but it's
Yeah.
awkward to maneuver. Sort of require 2 people, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's fair.
So you are going to make your way back out of here and back to where Kai hopefully is
Yeah,
from.
with this Mother unit. Well, whatever's left of it.
Yeah.
We're not taking the head then, if we have the serial number and the data dump. I think that's probably... Although, saying that, it might... Going off of my film knowledge here, where they are kind of carrying... I think, do they carry the head of Ash around with them? And they're able to, like...
Yeah.
And
Well,
There's
Bishop.
nothing
No,
quite like bringing home a head for evidence.
no, it's Ash. Yeah,
It's Ash.
Ash from the first film, right?
yeah definitely.
And there's still like, I guess like there must be like a positronic brain or something, so that like there is a way to salvage stuff. So I'm just wondering whether if we bring the head back, there might be a way to find out more information back at the base potentially.
Probably if, according to Elizabeth, maybe if Kai hadn't shot her in the head.
Yeah, but that's why
probably
we're
would
still
have
alive,
knowledge,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not complaining.
Swings and horses, eh?
Yeah.
But still, I think if we go back and we say we were attacked by
Fine.
someone, like they might ask, well, why didn't you bring the head back? That sort of thing. So
Yeah,
I think
that's fine.
I think it's worth
Yeah,
doing that. It still looks
by all means.
like Ada as well, so I think that's also
does.
going to be useful as well,
Yep.
rather than maybe people not believing us. So yeah, I think we'll take the head with us too. I'll
Okay.
happily carry it. I know it's a bit grisly. I'll happily carry it if nobody else wants to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, you're doing all that. Kai, you make your way back downstairs.
I'm gonna take a photo of this. This is
Chris,
weird and
Of the
grim.
head carrying.
And I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna take a photo because nobody is gonna believe me.
Okay, yeah, so you make all the way around.
Pauses at the major intersections, ostensibly to listen for other survivors, but also to check that no one else there is trying to shoot us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you take things a little bit slower.
And we're going to be slowly moving that way as well,
yeah.
right?
So yeah, you eventually, you lot make your way around as Kai makes his way around as well to the top. But actually, what tends to happen then is that you all end up meeting at the ladder. So by the time you guys get around there, let me show where they went.
How did I get up there?
Why am I over there? No!
What are you doing?
I don't want to be on
as
my
you're-
own in the big room.
As you're kind of coming down the, or getting to the ladder to go down, they're kind of like getting to the bottom of the ladder, and all of a sudden you can hear each other. You're like,
On the
yes.
comms, of course.
Yes, yeah. So you suddenly come into comm range as one of you is at the bottom of the ladder, and Kai, you're sort of like going to look down the ladder, and you can see lights. In fact, you can both see lights of each other. And you're like, oh, shit.
Kai, are you all right?
Jack, yeah, it's me. +1.
We heard
Found
a
survivor.
gun. Okay, we heard a gunshot. You shot again?
I did. ND, don't worry. Yeah.
Okay.
We're snowed in. We can't get out.
Brilliant.
You found a survivor.
There's one other option, possibly the umbilical docking area. If we can extend that, that might give us a way out. But we need to chat.
Let's
EVA
maybe,
prep room. Let's go.
let's head to the galley. Maybe there might be something to.
No, EVA prep room. Single exit. Or less exits.
All right, that's down here by us. So come on down.
Okay. So you both make your way down to the EVA prep room.
I like the fact it has a spanner symbol, a health symbol.
Okay. That's fine. So yeah, the EVA prep room again is a door that has not been opened. So you do that, and you come to an airlock and a single room, which has got 6 EVA seats. Everything's on the floor. It's all been kind of rocked and smashed. Again, it has a lot of compartments for storage, which everything's kind of like fallen out of. But it is a secure room, indeed. And there's only 2 ways in or out of here.
And one of those should be an external way, right? Just an EVA prep room, it must be an airlock.
Correct.
Fantastic. Guys, this is Hamad. This is Jack.
It says hi. How are you?
And
Do we remember Hamad?
Jamal.
You never came across him, Ad. He is, according to your PDAs of it, he is the corporate liaison officer on board the Houston. So he basically is
Okay.
corporate
Hey,
liaison for the Sci-Fi National.
Hamad, don't take this the wrong way, but do you mind like cutting your thumb very quickly and just showing us that you bleed red? We barely survived an attack by an aggressive synthetic.
He says, huh?
Ada shot me.
I'll hold the head up actually because I've got the head.
Oh shit!
We barely survived this, and
let's get a picture of his
we're a bit
face.
paranoid right now.
Does Ahmad have to roll for stress?
He just did. He's like, oh my god. Shit. Like you've given me a point of stress.
Yeah.
Back at you.
It looks bad, buddy. But you can see
Look.
why.
Look, he goes back into his med kit, pulls out a syringe, quickly pulls off a glove, jabs it into his thumb, little bead of red blood.
Well, he basically takes off because he's wearing a similar kind of gout to you. He basically pulls off the environmental suit and basically takes his hand out so you can prick it. And you
Yeah.
see, no, it's blood.
Okay, thank fuck. All right.
We need to account for 3 other survivors, correct?
So
We have Ada,
Just
3 bodies. Ada,
So-
2 bodies. Hamad.
So I've seen Preston, who's dead. He was shot.
on the bridge. We've saw
Yeah.
2 bodies on the bridge.
You've got
Saskia.
Amrita, who's the navigations officer, who was jammed in the ice. And Saskia, who's the first engineer,
Who's
in the
also
lift.
dead.
And then
So,
we've got Ada
um,
and Hamad. So we've got
So
3.
you've got Ezekiel, me, and Arvin.
That's
Arvin's
7.
Arvin's the medical officer.
There was an 8 unaccounted passenger, correct?
Hmm?
Wasn't we looking for 8 originally? Because one or 2 passengers off the not part of the crew, but didn't make it into the EV.
yes. So Ada, and you've also got Myra Stevens.
So we're looking for 3.
Myra. What's Ezekiel and Myra in terms of like their function?
Ezekiel's the captain.
Right.
Arvin is the medical officer, and Myra is the project lead scientist.
You remember seeing them during the controlled
Yes.
descent?
Um,
Just take a moment.
Yeah, the captain's in the bridge. I don't remember seeing Myra. And Ada I saw.
Okay.
She
What
was
about-
running.
What about
She was
Arvin?
running somewhere. Arvin,
From-
no, I don't know. He might be in the medical room.
It's the only place we haven't been. Guys, sorry for running off. I fucking lost it. There's no other way to say it. It was too much. But this definitely has changed the entire operation here. I suggest we have a quick cursory glance at medbay, find who we can, and then find a way out, because we don't know if there's more than one. And
Where's-
also, we don't know what's happening back at base if this is happening here.
Where is the med bay?
That's a thought.
It's part of the galley.
Right.
Can-
Okay.
Can you show us?
We did actually go to the. We looked into the galley when we
Ah.
first came on board.
Briefly,
I remember I kind of poked my head in and flashed the torch around, and that
We
was
didn't
it.
see any corpses at all.
Well, we're
But we didn't go into the
Really go
corners
in.
of it or anything.
No.
also close to the hangar, which is all the cryodeck area as well, right? Which is converted over, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we
if
checked that out.
that's through here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like let's clear this floor. Or
Ed,
this, whatever it's
Yes.
called.
when do I get the pups back?
So your pups are currently making their way through. I'll just give you a. In fact, they are going through as we speak. They are on the floor above you, and they are making their way into the open, actually, to the deck, which is just where you are. If you could just briefly make a contact roll for me, please.
Don't panic.
You got that.
Knowing my luck, eh?
Hey. That'll do.
Fabulous.
So it turns out there is mild radiation from the POP's information. You've managed to get into the actual vessel now, and so you're now essentially the hangar area is 3 floors, which was initially pushed into 3 different floors of living space and mess hall, that kind of thing. And as your pops go over, you can see that actually the whole of the hangar area is empty. And
Is it supposed to be?
well, some of those would be EVAs that you kind of left with, which is part and parcel of it. But actually, a lot of it seems to have been basically let out during the break or when it was coming down.
Maybe 2 J's mass.
And then you realise that you saw all those units.
Oh yeah. When we were
and you're
coming,
like,
when we were arriving.
Oh, Yes. Then you realise that actually there's a lot of those individual units that are kind of like essentially just ejected through the hangar.
There's
That's the
going to be a
reason.
lot of debris on this planet for a long time to come.
Indeed.
It's now being buried under, several meters of snow, probably.
Yeah.
Let's get some high-gain metal detectors
So-
next time we come back.
So your pups are actually coming out into the middle floor. So you've got another floor above you and the floor below you, which is where you're on, and you're just basically scanning the whole thing. And it is essentially becoming this large.
But if they got in, we could get out that way. And what's the weather like at the moment?
It's blizzarding.
Almost certainly piss miserable. Next stupid question.
Could we make it to the snowcat in this piss miserable weather?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I mean, anything short of dying is probably pretty good.
So I've just, for your viewing pleasure, opened up another deck for you. Woo! It's the deck above that.
All right. And this is at the very top?
Yeah, so there's 2 more decks above that.
Right, okay. So this
I
is
mean,
so
I've
they're
been
going in
looking at the
order
wrong thing all this time.
upwards.
Low to high, yeah, that's correct.
So left is bottom deck.
Left is the bottom,
going
I
up.
think. It's up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if the pups are in now, the pups can serve that quite quickly, right?
Yeah, they'll just kind of like move along, and they'll do it in a very logical pattern.
So one question,
scans.
I guess, is could we have somehow photographed in some description the dead crew members in the bridge? Or do we have cameras? I'm just thinking of like Alien. They were like recording head cams, but we didn't really save it, or do we?
Oh, is there even, I don't know, dog tags or something?
I thought our personal terminals could probably function.
Your personal,
much
yeah,
like a camera.
yeah.
phone.
So you literally go.
I mean, the resolution may not be fab, but
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Assuming
yeah,
also
I'm happy for that. I mean,
the
you have
pups
to go
would
back
have
and
done
do
as
that.
well.
Yeah, the
but
pups.
yeah,
would-
The pups will,
prob-
yeah. But if the
And I
pups
think
haven't been
having a
there
helmet
yet,
cam, according
Yeah.
to the rules, is a separate thing altogether.
sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think we had helmet cams on these suits anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one kind of like
Okay.
thought of that.
Would
So
make
yeah,
sense.
you can do it on your tablets. That's
Yeah.
fine.
All right.
They have a phone. They have a camera.
So
function.
let's. I guess we're gonna start kind of going through the ship looking for survivors.
Sure.
And I
That's
think
fine.
we should probably make a lot of noise to if they're scared that if
Mm.
people have been shot. Hamad clearly was
Is there an
frightened.
internal address system?
I don't want any of us to get shot or anything.
No power.
Sorry, what was that, Harry?
Is there an internal address system that we could temporarily power somehow?
There is, but you have no power.
We're in the EVA room,
So-
right?
Yeah.
So it's like a preparation for external walks and repairs and stuff like that. It must be maybe something like a mobile battery or something.
Yeah.
Is it possible to jack that into just the emergency comm systems, which would be on a separate terminal anyway, because it would be emergencies?
That might be a mechanical engineering job.
You probably could if you wanted to faff around for a bit doing that.
Well, I don't see the reason to go anywhere else if the pups are surveying.
That's true.
Okay.
We can also mechanically we can also hole up here where we think we're safe and reduce stress.
That's
I mean-
well. You're in a safe location. There
I'm
isn't any way
fucking stressed. I know, Kai, you've probably got a lot of stress too. You got 3, so you got the same as me. No, I've got 4 actually. So I think I will be clutching at any straws to be like, yeah. No, I think let's try and let's wait to see what the pups find.
Well, that aside, I'm not being funny, but I'm not walking around here blindly. We do not have the training, the arms, or the equipment to deal with another combat encounter. I think we were bloody lucky.
What I was gonna say was, we could, if we can get the public address system to work, we could just put out a call for any survivors to gather in, I don't know,
The
The
galley.
EVA room where we are. Hold
Well,
on,
but,
do your
that
pups
means-
not have external speakers?
Sorry?
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, they don't have speakers.
Nah.
But we
Seems
also,
like a bit
if
of a
any of them
stretch,
are hostile, we don't want them coming. We don't want them knowing where we are. So it might be better to
Bingo.
ask them to meet in the galley, and then
Exactly.
Good point.
Wait, are you
Okay.
just restating my idea and claiming it as your own, you dick?
me.
That's why he's the company agent.
That's what I'm
how you
paid to
get
do.
that big bucks.
It's my job.
Ripping people off.
Yeah, that's fine.
God.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you didn't we have banter by any chance? As a,
You wouldn't allow me.
Oh yes, that's right.
What was
The
that?
marine thing, I think, isn't it?
The
I
what?
just wanted to see if you had banter as a talent to help reduce everyone's stress.
Oh right, okay. Oh, that's a good
So-
point with the talents. I think I've really been looking at them. I've got this take control one.
My experience of what members of the armed forces are like is at all accurate, then first of all, plumbers are very similar, and the banter
Yeah.
should definitely work. And as a
Dirty
result,
jokes.
due to the power of real life logic, Ed, you should capitulate.
Well, once you get to spend some XP, maybe you might be able to have that. If I'm very kind.
I mean, if we survive long enough to have any.
Yeah, don't be silly. You hold up here for sort of like 10, 15 minutes to kind of, while you let the pups kind of go through it's definitely a lot quicker now as they go through the vessel. The problem is they won't be able to go into any rooms that are shut
Yeah.
because the pups won't be able to get through there.
They can tell us those rooms if we need to
we-
investigate. We could do them
What we need
individually.
is Velociraptor drones.
So you can all reduce your stress by 1. And Kai, if you really want to, you can also use this opportunity to use your signature item to reduce your stress by another 1.
I think you
No.
will. The signature item is like past mission badges and stuff like that. So as he's actually repairing his thingy and pulling up tools and whatever else, he can kind of cast those happy, fonder memories of times when he wasn't being shot at or attacked
Oh.
by
Don't you
rogue
usually
androids.
get medals for reasons that involve being shot at?
No, you get medals for generally just being in the forces at a particular time or significant event.
Hmm.
Every single member of the armed forces has 1 medal for the Queen's Jubilee if they were just in the forces at the time. And the Americans, correct me if I'm wrong, but they get medals for area of operations. So you could go to somewhere like Afghanistan, never been in front of an infantry, and come back with 4 medals for being there.
Oh,
Okay, right. So while you're waxing your wonderful glory days a bit.
It was more about mission badges, like the ones we just did. There we go.
Yes. Elizabeth deigns to sort of like look at you and proceeds to say that you're bleeding. And will look at you and actually manages to heal you up.
Thank you.
It's fine.
what a sweet
Can I
touch-
return the
sweet
favour?
touch he is.
She's already been healed as much as she can, so or
We've done
repaired, healed. Mm.
I hope my
We've done
actions
some
don't put us at odds in the
impromptu
future.
surgery on her.
Yeah. So while the pups are up, they can go up into the decks. They can't go any further up where they are. They're in a open deck. There's nothing else to go to. When they go down a floor, they also can't go anywhere because they're in this open deck area. So they can come down, and again, that's all they can see. They can't actually go to anywhere else in the ship because all the other doors are either shut or locked.
Okay, so what areas have we not actually seen into?
So you've not seen anywhere of so from where you are. You have not been into the galley or further into the docking and biblical area. You've definitely not been to the floor above that, so where the crew quarters are. And if you were to go further up, you've got the upper cargo bay, the salvage arms, and the scrubbers and other
Areas.
areas that are above there.
Okay.
Engineering, essentially.
Let's go to the galley then. Let's take this systematically, and that's gonna be the first place when we go up the ladder.
Before we leave this area here, is it worth checking to the airlock to see if we can actually get out of there?
Where's the airlock?
Because you said the EEV one I was at before was blocked up.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing maybe the snow is blowing the wind. The wind's blowing the snow that way.
Yeah, I mean, there was just all the blizzard was coming into the actual thing. So it wasn't like blocked. I mean, you just had this blizzard kind of coming in, so you couldn't actually, you couldn't see anything out because it was just a whiteout.
Got it.
What about the are there?
We've got our ropes there anyway, so that will lead us straight back to the snowcat.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I could ask you to all please make a mobility roll. Okay. Kit, you fall on the floor. Jack, you're fine.
Oh,
Kai.
What happened? I didn't even know what happened there.
If only the one as well.
The tiny screen.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
If you want to roll some stress.
Great day. Second,
If you can roll me some stress.
I can roll you some stress. Sorry, I'm going on a single tiny
You
screen laptop.
panic? Yeah, you panic.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you panic. So if you roll panic.
I think can you click the roll stress red bits?
I don't know.
I think I did. I just clicked that and it disappeared.
That's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Woo.
there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening here.
So,
I'm just clicking buttons.
yeah. You're kind of
Okay.
like kind of preparing yourself while you're just getting this whole battery together to kind of start to do that. So as you're doing that, the rest of you kind of relaxing and trying to kind of like take it in. You're kind of like, right, okay, I think we're ready. Right, we're going to go do this. Okay, that seems like a plan. We'll just take it step by step. And as you say that, the whole vessel starts to shake. And all of a sudden you hear rocks and ice and everything else falling onto the top of the vessel. There's a loud noise of crash. And the whole vessel starts to shake, and you all get thrown violently to the floor. Apart from apparently Jack, who just kind of steadies himself as everybody else goes to the floor. Yeah, sounds like you just had an earthquake.
Do we get hurt?
No, all of you fall to the floor. None of you take any damage because you've got all your armor and stuff on your EVA suits or your environmental suits. But you hit the floor and you realize that part of the glacier is falling down onto the vessel.
I think we need to leave and get to a position of safety, or there'll be 12 bodies they're looking for, not 8.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Can we get out of here already?
We still haven't found the captain, though.
We don't want to leave.
Kind of seems like somebody the company's.
We don't want to leave anybody here if they're alive to freeze to
Yeah.
death.
No, but I also don't want more people coming out here to find me as a frozen corpse and then dying themselves.
Nope.
Let's get out,
Yeah.
come back with specialist equipment.
I think he's got a point.
It's Jack's call, though, isn't it?
I mean, we can split up a little bit. Specialist equipment, you mean back in the snowcat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can keep looking around.
We
and
can.
calling for survivors. I'm happy to stay here and continue looking.
Okay.
Matt says, I can come back to the snowcat. I'm happy with that.
Yes.
Yeah, Hamad, no problem. That's fine. You can stay in the snowcat as well. That's fine.
That seems like a good plan.
Doesn't hurt actually having somebody in the snowcat keeping it prepared and ready to go.
Sure. That seems like an absolutely amazing plan. We should do that.
Let me just establish this right. You want to stay on a multi-megaton crashed vessel in a melting glacier that apparently just had an earthquake, having people shot at us, 3 frozen corpses.
One person shot at us, and it appears that the mission. Oh, you didn't hear, but we have the mission objectives from Ada, and it was specifically to disable the ship and to basically do what she's done. So I don't think.
And how do we not know that she's done that? And right now the reactors are melting and heating up.
Oh, the reactor probably could be. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hence why I suggest we leave. I am leaving. I'm going to take Hamad to the snowcat. I
You
suggest
and
we all do the
Hamad,
same.
you take the mother unit then.
Sure.
Fine.
Yeah, I can help you with that. That's not a problem.
Let's go.
I'll stick with Jack. We'll sort this out.
Okay.
Did we manage to get a battery working for?
Yeah, you were just about to do that.
So why don't we just quickly try and get the battery? Like the rest of you go get moving, and
Okay.
Jean-Michel and I are gonna try and.
Can I redirect one of the pups to try and sense radiation?
Yeah, they already have.
And they said that the back end of it was pretty irradiated.
The back end is, but it hasn't heat into the actual vessel yet.
So do I have any way to know whether or not this is causing a large amount of heat being produced and thus melting the glacier?
You know, that won't be the case. The reason behind that will be because of the seismic event which has happened, because this is a seismic planet with all the volcanoes and everything else that are involved. So yes.
Yeah, but it also means that we're quite near a fault line. Which
about all the exciting geology.
Yay!
Don't forget the ice worms.
Which we don't know about yet, right?
I'm not interested.
No, we saw them driving down. We saw them.
Oh yeah, we did. That's right.
I'm not interested in biology insofar as it keeps turning up in all my nice geology.
So yeah, go ahead and go back to the snowcat. Jean-Michel and I will try and get the this battery plugged in, and we'll put a call out to anybody who's still alive on the ship.
Yeah,
that
just
the rescue.
Get the living fuck out of here.
Yeah, that we're here.
You sure you guys don't need any help?
Yeah,
Maybe there's some. Okay.
Hold on. I'm in charge here. Kit, if you want to stay and help, you can stay and help. But Kai's right.
Yeah.
It's probably safer to get off this ship right now.
No, I'll need to help. I've just not been any use so far. That's gonna change. I'll stick it out.
Okay.
And I put on the greatest show that I could possibly put on of sticking this out.
Okay.
I don't suppose we've really got time to try and convince her otherwise.
Let's do it. Let's make some rolls. Let's try and get this thing working as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Let's make some corpses.
So, can someone make what do we want? We need a contact from someone, and we also require a heavy machinery from someone.
Well,
me.
Yeah, heavy machinery is going to be kids.
I can help with the heavy machinery. If it's a
I
help
thought
thing.
you were F&O.
Yeah. Her mum's like,
Oh, right,
sure
sorry.
you
Sorry,
sure
right,
you want
gotcha.
to help?
No, we're leaving.
Okay, that's
I thought this
Okay.
was before the departure. Sorry.
No.
No,
We're good.
I think, yeah.
Why?
You would have potentially had some additional dice with that, but I guess one success is probably enough anyway. Won't make any
Right.
difference.
That's fine. So, if you just want to roll your panic.
Did you reduce your
So?
stress as well by one earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Oh,
So
that
I'm just
reminds
really
me,
not
I
lucky.
no. Oh man,
More panic.
Fuck.
A scream. Oh. Ah!
You're giving
What
us all
happened?
more panic.
You're like, you're so frustrated by everything.
Fuck.
Why is this bloody thing not working? What am I doing? in
Also,
this
fuck
place?
you.
Yeah. So as you kind of do that, you're like, what you do is you overload the local the local circuits, which then makes a noise, which kind of pushes all the rest of you. So all of you
Kai's out of earshot, so Habib looked out there from having to roll again. We're having to roll. That means Harry and I have to roll for
Nobody's
stress
ever going to
again.
take me anywhere
Roll
again.
our stress again. Oh fuck.
Ah.
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
1
gee.
point of stress now.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Just about had none.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay.
Bad.
You're like, oh my god, what the everything's just really frustrating, rather than being sort of like, you're just like, I don't care, I've had enough. We just need to get out of here now.
Yeah. By the way, your stress goes down as well. Don't forget, Chris.
I got it. I
And
got
mine
it.
goes- I
I'm
get-
down to 1 now.
Oh, I've just taken one
Fully
additional
productive.
one, so I'm up to 4 again.
Yeah, that's
You
what
guys
all
are right back
panicking
there.
gets me. I went down from 4 to 1 over the course of this game.
Yeah, you kind of just you've all just had enough. That's it. You're leaving.
Yeah. All right.
Bringing poor old Jean-Michel in tow.
Look, Kai had the right idea. Let's get the fuck off the ship for now.
Yeah, this ship clearly does not want us to be here. We're just.
I think we all need to just take a fucking breather. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
We got one survivor and we got the mother unit, and we're gonna have to call the rest.
Did Kai and Hamad take the mother unit with them?
Yes.
Yeah?
So thankfully they took it. Otherwise, that would be the item that you would have left behind.
Yeah. Okay.
Jean-Michel, are you serious? Do you really mean that when you say the ship doesn't want us here?
I can't even begin to address that question.
But I mean, things just have been going so wrong. What if there really is something that doesn't want us here?
Maybe.
This is the
Let's
wrong
just go.
science fiction franchise for this question.
Let's go. Come on.
Okay. Yes. So you make your way back up the ladder, back along the corridors, away from the galley, and up the large corridor to the EVA area, which I'm guessing is the way that Kai's going.
As we go, I want to make sure to recall my pups.
Yes.
I don't want them getting trapped in this thing if it's going to go down.
So they have to go all the way around, or you could, so they have to go all the way back the way they came.
If I open opening doors takes a long time without power, so I can't even open every door as we pass.
That's a really slow movement.
Yeah. That's fun, man. Yes.
I'm gonna actually just poke my head quickly into the galley.
Are you sure?
Again. Because it's right there.
It's just right there.
Is the door open? Still?
The door is open.
Then I'm not gonna poke my head in. I'm gonna shout, "If anyone's in the galley, and you can hear us, we're the rescue team, but we're regrouping just off the cryo deck through the airlock there.
Okay.
We're in bad shape. We're gonna come back for you otherwise."
No response.
Yeah.
Right. Kai, you get to the EV area that you came in. So the door is now more or less shut. There's a little bit of snow and stuff. It's kind of like you can hear the wind whistling and howling outside. You kind of go to open the door, and it's just white out. There's like lots of noise, lots of snow and particles coming in. But what you've realised is actually the ship has started to list slightly, a few degrees.
Right.
In the direction that you're going, so off to the right-hand side.
Okay. So we're heading
that can only
down,
be
or
a
we're
good
heading?
thing.
Yes, you're heading at an angle, just a slight couple of degree angle.
So if we're looking at the map,
before.
which side of the ship is dipping down? The right-hand side? Okay.
The right-hand side. Yeah.
Okay, so slightly harder climb.
No, easier climb, right? Because it's dipping
No,
down.
it'll be shorter, but
Right.
It's shorter, but you'll have less to grip onto.
It's fine. You kind of, we left the ropes up there, so you haul the rope back up, tie that to the mother unit, and then lower that down, and that will also act as a kind of essentially a straight down pole.
You kind of like start to, it whips around in the wind and it's being knocked around a bit.
I don't really.
You lower it down. Well, fine, that'll do.
This is why you aren't the IT guy.
And you kind of make your way to the.
I mean, if exposure to -55 doesn't kill it, then nothing will.
You
Title of your sex tape.
There you go. Yes, you all kind of get there. You all need to just get out, which is fine, not a problem. All I'm going to require from you is one mobility roll, otherwise you're going to fall.
From all of us?
From all of you if you're climbing down the rope.
I'm going to notice
because I'm so good at those.
Does the panic condition on Harry still... sorry, not on Harry, on Jean-Michel still apply?
No, it's not.
No,
look at me, I'm good at this. I can help somebody.
Yeah, it's gone. Because you take a long time to kind of actually get up there and around, so that's gone.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's a lot of spiders.
Fucking hell.
Out of curiosity, I have a rules query.
Mhm.
Seeing as this game,
It's all about rules and queries.
how do we know how long a panic condition remains?
So it's usually a turn.
I presume it depends on which one exactly it is.
Yes, but generally it's a turn.
Yeah, it's on page 104 of the book. One turn,
I don't
or
have the book open.
yeah, so
You're
it's
broken?
either one turn you get
Oh, I'm
broken,
really
or
sorry.
someone else rolls a command roll to like snap you out of it.
How
Um,
do we know a turn has passed?
I'll tell you.
Fair enough.
It's like 5 to 10 minute
Yeah,
period of
5
time.
to 10 minutes.
So I'm frozen, and everybody around me is going to increase stress by 1,
Thank
including
you.
myself. So I'm back up. I'm up to 5 now.
Well, thankfully, thankfully Jack is the last person to go down
Yeah.
the road by the look of it. So actually, that's not a problem.
Yeah. I'm just at 5. I'm just at 5
yeah.
stress.
So you're just not going anywhere. You're like, look at it. No.
It says for 1 round, so I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gonna dither up.
In fact, I kind of like this. I'm kind of torn between the fact that we might be leaving people behind, and saving our own skin, and I'm trying to think of like what the reaction from LaSalle's gonna be when they find out about that, and that's why I'm kind of like frozen in place, like, fuck. When that clears, I'm gonna get out of dodge.
So while you're sort of like thinking, you feel another tremor as it shudders through the ship.
While I'm still up there.
While you're on board,
Mhm.
yeah. The rest of you are kind of getting down. You're sort of in the actual snow, trying to drag the the mother unit back to the which you think is probably there. It's not far away. It's probably there.
That mountain of snow.
And everything starts to shake again. There's another tremor. Then you hear this rushing noise, and then large chunks of ice start hitting off the top of the Houston, and then bouncing on to where you're all standing at the base of the actual vessel, and you just see chunks of ice, probably the same size as one of the wheels from your snowcats, hits the ground, and smaller chunks go flying. You feel some stuff cracking into your helmet and smacking onto the pads in your environmental suit.
And we can't run because it's foot deep snow.
And it's really high G's.
So it's just a horrendous slog.
It is, as you slog through all this
Oh my God.
rock and ice. Jack.
For Christ's sake, Jack, get down here.
Yeah, so that's what you can hear. It's like bedlam. You're like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, if you I'm not going to ask you to. In fact, I'm not going to make it. Ask you to make a roll. It just seems harsh.
For what? To climb down?
Oh
the
right.
rope?
No, it's fine. So yeah, you can climb down the rope. It just takes a while rather than being quick about it. Yeah, if you could all make a stamina roll for me to get to the
good Lord.
snowcat.
Oh, hey, now I get to use one of my special talents.
Yay!
I get to roll for stamina using wits instead of strength.
Nice. Oh, did I just roll? No.
That's fine. It's fine, Jack.
So I guess
Sorry, I
I'll
think I just
roll
rolled
a
about
straight
6
wits
times.
test.
Just go on.
Okay.
So,
So
am I the only one who's
I
succeeded again?
Looks like.
So
I got
no.
no successes and also no
Okay.
No.
extra bads.
Guys, had another
I don't know.
Like
Sorry, I
15
clicked it
million.
once. I must double clicked it.
Jack and Kit. Okay, right.
So we're going with the first rolls, I think, aren't we?
Sure.
Yeah, so
right.
that's fine. So other than Jack, everybody else is like massively slogged. If you want to all take 1 damage to your strength.
Other than me, right?
Other than you.
Damage to health, you mean, right?
Damage to health, yeah.
Is my health still at wherever it was before?
No, it's been healed by Elizabeth.
Would that mean it would go up to what it was normally, or
So she got 2 successes, so
okay, up by 2?
up by 2.
Assuming, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just all slogging it through, and it's just you can feel your chest bursting.
Don't use that phrase.
Do you want to reconsider that?
Absolutely, I never want to reconsider that. It's just a tremendous slog. You finally get to the snowcat, open it up, and you drag yourselves in. And
I am
close it.
fucked.
You're all stressed. You're all
I am
knackered.
near death just from a hard walk.
Yep. And you manage to kind of get in there as you can hear the sound of crashing, and just in front of you, through the scanners that will come on, you can see large chunks of rocks and ice smashing down around you.
Move around, get the heck out of there. Not stupidly fast, just start moving away.
So
If that means reversing back up from whatever ground we're on to the next kind of like bit of solid ground or safe ground, then fine.
Can I use my talent resilience to avert the damage?
what does resilience do? Sorry.
For every time you suffer damage, rolls for strength. And if I get a success, I don't take that much damage.
If you wish to, that's fine. In fact, I'll tell you what, you don't have to roll for that, that's fine. You're just going to take the damage from it.
Resilience!
Yay, resilience! Who knows, because we don't want you to make another kind of roll. Yeah, that's
What, you
fine.
don't think they're fun?
I think they're hilarious.
I need my
Yes.
heart medication.
Indeed.
Oh.
Yes, so you managed to reverse the snowcat, and very quickly, or very slowly actually, you managed to drive away from the vessel and the glacier that's kind of falling in on it. And you managed to drive a fair distance away.
Yeah. Can we be
But it is-
recording that with as much as we can with the
Yep.
cameras on the snowcat?
Sure, yep, that's fine. It's very difficult to see anything. You see probably actually about 5 meters, maybe, if you're lucky.
Right.
Maybe 10 meters.
Folks, I'm
I've
just going to go
never been this relieved.
refill
okay.
my water bottle and take a
Sure.
minute's break.
If you want to take 2 minutes to have a break, we can do that. It seems like a good place to have a break.
Yeah. Just on that subject very quickly, Ed, how much longer are you thinking we've got for tonight?
I can quite easily do 20 minutes. I can quite easily end it now if it seems like a good place to end it for everyone who wishes to.
Yeah.
Either or.
Okay. I think 20 minutes, I think another 20 minutes is fine. It's more a case of
Yep.
whether it was going to be a little bit longer than that. I'm going to go grab some more water as well, so I'll be back in a sec.
Sure.
In fact, I'm going to put the little interlude screen up for a sec.
That makes sense.
Sorry,
I'll
I had
ask
to
some
pop off in
questions.
an emergency. Are we taking a comfort break then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're slowly driving away from the USS UCSS Houston.
Jean-Michel,
I'd like to take this moment to relax.
Jean-Michel, you're the geologist here. Can you come up and just consult the map and let me know the safest route?
That is not what a geologist does. But I will do my best.
Good, because you all we got.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Help us, Jean-Michel. You're our only hope.
Okay.
Pretty much the same number of syllables.
Mm.
I think that's everyone, isn't it? Yeah, you've just got Hamad. Yeah, that's it.
Alright,
the head.
H-bomb, how's it hanging?
He's kind of like, oh, thank God, I'm so glad you arrived. I'm so happy. Thank you very much.
Joke's on you because we're cannibals from outer space. And we rescued you only to eat you.
He looks at you very confused. And he looks at you, Jack, and says, so it's just me that's left.
Looks that way.
As we're backing away, is the ship actually lifting worse, sinking, or being covered in ice, or...?
As soon as you back away, you manage to get a brief glimpse, but you've only got 5-10 meters of visibility within the blizzard. So then as soon as you actually back away, an actual safe distance, the ship is just lost to the snow in the blizzard.
Think before we actually depart the area, let's give it a moment for the activity to calm down. Can we send the pups back in to see what condition the ship's in? If it's lost, it's lost. But if there's a possibility of getting back in there and maybe recovering bodies, it would probably be a good thing.
You've got a point. That's what the pups are for, is remote viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You could do that. Yep. I mean, the pups are currently aren't with you. They're making their way back through the system to come back out of the vessel.
So we'll get an external view as they come back anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's an excellent question. What sort of range do they have? We don't want to lose the pup units.
They're about a kilometer range.
So I guess that's as far as we want to go till we get the pups back.
Yeah.
All right. I'll hold here.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, in an emergency, I suppose we could abandon them, but I'd really rather not because they're, it's a substantial dollar value company-owned property, and
They might be useful for helping us to also get back.
like
For sure. We definitely aren't going to leave them behind.
if we lose them, the company will eat you alive, and if we don't lose them, we can use them.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to wait.
Okay.
Ed?
You're gonna wait. No problem. You wait for them to sort of continue the survey, and they come back, and you get them back on board. So it is listing a bit more than it had, but it's settled again. But you're still looking at seismic tremors. So it's all those geologists that you've got going on out here. We'll know that you're going to have a lot more tremors after this.
He kind of looks at Jack and says, "Well, I think we've got justifiable reason to leave the scene in more than one category.
Yep.
If everyone's agreed, I'll turn us around and head us back."
I think that the
I'm
technical
agreed.
term is probably shit show.
Cluster F.
Well, we have one survivor at least, so that's something,
And
right?
he will testify that he's very grateful to be alive.
We've also found out what happened, which is also important.
And Lascelles going to be much more interested in what's happening from what you said than any survivors, I think.
Yeah. Let's face it, the company doesn't
come on,
love
Lascelles
us.
cares about each and every one of you. I'm
You're
not
right.
smiling in
Like,
character.
That is such a dirty grin.
Hamad says yes.
Wait, no, give us the dirty grin again. I'm just gonna make you. I'm gonna make the screen that I'm gonna pin you bigger. I want to see what your wife sees.
How do I stop my video feed?
I guess it's good we're friends. So yes,
And that break was totally worth it.
you continue to drive. You have to be quite cautious because you have to sort of navigate through the various bits of debris.
We're in no rush now.
Yeah, so you're creeping at a really slow pace.
Would it be possible to detour to one of the, like, where we think one of these ejected pods might be?
Sure.
We can,
if it's along the way,
establish which cabin the survivors we're looking for are in, and I'm assuming if they ejected from the bottom first, we can figure where in the stack they'll be.
Because we also marked them on the map when we were coming in too. I remember that.
We did.
So we should be able to identify. Yeah, I think. Let's do that.
It's good you did that to start with.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Deck they're on. Go to that kind of order tier of the jets and stuff. I guess.
Yeah. So you start making your way towards the jettisoned units, as it were. You kind of pull up next to one, and someone's gonna have to get out into the blizzard.
I vote you.
Okay. So them out.
What's happening with stress as well?
So if you want to spend a bit of time to kind of get to the field of debris and stop and take stock and rest.
Yeah, we're no rush.
That's fine. Yeah. If you're looking to sort of rest for a couple of hours, say, eat, drink, take up all your ape suits, kind of, get a wet out, whatever it might be, and just take a bit of time to take stock, then you can lose your stress.
I guess we'd need that time anyway. By the time we pull up to them and set the pups out to scan the 2 or 3 in the local area, it's going to be an hour or 2 each kind of section, I guess, isn't it?
That makes perfect sense to me. That
Seems
like a good thing to do.
Goodbye 5 stress.
So you can get rid of all of your stress, and you have a medical unit here. So if anyone is still injured, and you're going to rest up, then that's fine. You can get your health back.
The walk back to the snowcat, like I said, came very close to killing me.
Yes.
Well, breaking you. It's not.
I assumed that was death.
No, you roll on a critical hit table. Depending.
No,
No, actually, for Anyway, we'll cover that later when it happens.
Suppose we will.
It's not instant death. It's a possibility of instant death.
It's the possibility. Yeah. So that's fine.
That is fine. That's completely fine. What could be more fine?
Yeah.
Swedish blonde.
All reduce your stress. You can all increase your health. Woohoo! Things are looking up for you all. Apart from you, Lee. Could you make an empathy roll?
Is that?
Yeah.
You just make a straight empathy roll, for me, please.
Who? Me?
You? Yes. Please.
Okay.
This is going to go really well.
Empathy. Oops.
I love making human connections.
Was that what that's called?
This was a condition of your earlier panic.
Yeah.
when
So,
you
do you have permanent mental trauma?
Man. And that's a D6 roll, isn't it?
Your throw succeeds, you develop a permanent mental trauma, but you did not succeed. So, congratulations, you do not get anything from that.
Oh right. You have
That's a time I want to fail. That makes sense. Yeah, if you're harming someone else's human and you have a strong empathy or sympathy towards other humans, you're going to be traumatized by it. If you're a dead fish and you hurt someone, you're not really going to care.
Essentially, the more empathy you have, the more likely you are to get trauma. So that's okay.
What was? So hang on, can we just?
That was from his panic roll. So at
and
the
his
end
panic
of his
roll was fleeing.
Fleeing and pretty much leaving everyone behind.
Right. So it's not necessarily about harming. It's just like you don't give a crap that you dish them.
Much. So does it affect society afterwards?
Because I couldn't see how it was related to him harming anybody, but now it makes better sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So yes, you kind of all heal up. get a lot less stressed, have a bit of a chat, have some food, clean up, that kind of thing, and kind of puts you in a better space. Hamad, for one, is very happy that you're willing to do that, and he is also seeming a lot calmer than he was before.
I'm suspicious.
Okay. What are you suspicious of?
I don't know.
Yep, that checks out.
Let's just say that the spidey sense tingles.
Okay. Yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much what you've got to do. So you're left with this debris field, which you send the pups out to. So the pups go out. Make a contact for me roll, please, Harry.
We're not realistically expecting to find anyone alive, I guess.
I'm not.
Excellent.
I wouldn't expect so.
So yes, you managed to look through the wreckage of sort of over the course of sort of 4 or so hours. You managed to look through the wreckages, and you do indeed find Myra Stevens in one of the units. She managed to find herself, which you would assume would be the unit that she was assigned to. She managed to go back into the actual cubicle sleeping area and strap herself down.
Wow.
And she's sort of like left in a fetal position. She was frozen in that position. And it looks like she probably might have even survived the digestion of it, but she died of
Exposure.
of hypothermia.
Can we?
Just to bring it down a notch.
I was just thinking
Where'd you
whether we should check to see whether she was actually human as well.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah, like
Concerning but unknown level of relevance.
there's only grisly ideas coming into my head for how to check it.
Elizabeth,
I
what
would
would
have
happen
said.
to you if you were exposed to that temperature?
Yeah, we
Would
got
you-
There we go. Hive mind.
Well, she's looking at her ape suit. So I'll just wear this.
So you misunderstand me. Obviously, we'd freeze. Would your
Oh,
internal fluids freeze in the same sort of way?
eventually, yes.
So, essentially unhelpful. Awesome.
She looks at you and says, "Sorry."
Okay.
I'd like to
Right,
apologize
I'm
on
gonna-
behalf of my
I'm gonna
fellow
go-
Homo sapiens.
I'm gonna head out. I'll say, all right, I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute.
Somebody go
Oh,
with him.
grim.
No, nobody needs to come with me. This is something
No, come
don't-
on, Jag. You know this
you
is
don't
a
want to see
dangerous-ass
this.
planet.
Look, this is. I'm the company agent. It's my fucking responsibility to do this. I don't want anybody else seeing it. Just
Well,
Just-
I would also.
I-
feel a
Elizabeth,
lot
would you
better-
please?
Elizabeth can come with me.
I'll
You
come
know
with
what?
you.
Fair enough. Just if you disappear into a snow hole, the rest of us are stuck without you.
Yep.
You get as pretty much as close as you can with the snowcats. It's probably about 10, 12 meters that you have to actually traverse. And Jack opens the door. Wind and snow and everything comes in, and you kind of go out into the deepest and darkest of snow blizzards and make your way to the very similar to yours central cubicles of like a hexagonal shape. The cubicles around the side where the sleeping compartments are inside. In the middle is the lounge area. So the compartments that we have overhead. It's all just kind of covered in snow and ice.
Yeah.
And you make your way in. And you go over to her corpse.
I actually
what are you
think
planning to do?
because I've got Elizabeth with me as well. I think I want
Yeah.
to recover her body,
Okay,
and bring it back with us.
sure.
Because we've got the time, we've got the space, and that's the decent thing to do. And I'll still,
Okay.
I mean, there probably will be an autopsy or something done just to check. So,
Yeah.
Cutting a little bit of, like, I don't know, of her arm or something, just to check that there's,
Mhm.
that she was human, I think would be fine.
Okay. Yep.
But that's what I'll say to Elizabeth as well. We need to get her back into the snowcat.
She says, "Sure," and you kind of like manage to snap off the things that were holding her in place.
I'm not bringing a corpse sickle back onto the snowcat for role-playing purposes later when we're stuck in the snowcat and it starts defrosting. Absolutely not.
Kai was going to suggest you put her in the back and then we leave the back door open.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Terrible idea. You'll fall right out.
I will strap her in. That's fine.
Actually, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Okay. Yes. You retrieve her.
Portable morgue.
And yeah, you manage to.
And I think, from my perspective, even if she turns out to be a synthetic, what are they called in this game? I just watched Blade Runner recently, so I've got like
artificial person. Some people prefer.
What was the term?
I prefer the term
synthetic is correct.
Okay, synth.
But some prefer artificial person.
Yeah. I'll go derogatory. It's fine. So if she happens to be a synth, we still want her on board for sure.
If you really want to get into the nitty gritty of language, I would argue that artificial person and synthetic person were virtually synonymous in every way that counts, including all connotations.
I did use skin job before as well.
You did.
Skin job is
the
derogatory.
Slightly derogatory.
Yeah.
So you bring her in. And that's fine.
I feel like Milky Boy is another good one.
Let's just stop there.
That's just gender biased.
All right. Back to the game.
Stop.
I'm gonna get a knife out and I'm going to try and just like cut a bit of frozen flesh off of like the lower arm somewhere.
You kind of cut a chunk out and you can see there's red underneath.
Okay,
bleed.
That's fine.
But yeah,
of course not.
She's frozen there, so
okay.
It's definitely muscle and tissue and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. You bring her on board. That's great. And you kind of continue to go on. Are you going to check any more of the debris, or are you just pretty much, now that you've got her body?
I think
only other one was the captain, right?
No, and
there was our
medical officer. There's two left, but they're unlikely to be in the crew quarters or the passenger quarters.
I'd be surprised if the captain was out here. To be honest,
it seems surprising.
I think
does seem very unlikely.
I think Arvin is more likely to be potentially in one of these. I mean, we can have a look anyway.
Potentially, he could have been on the bridge, but he might be compacted into the snow.
Exactly. I mean, he could have been sucked out or something.
I think it's more important to get back with the news we have.
I think you're probably right.
We're not going to make a difference spending 6 hours here.
Yeah,
but we can get back in 10.
If we're talking like six hours to like half a day, then it doesn't make much sense at all.
No.
Are we talking that much?
So, I mean, it's going to take you a fair while to get back to the station.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're going to continue to look, you're spending half a day looking through the debris because you've got to travel between the debris. It's still blizzarding. You're going sort of like 12, 15 kilometers an hour.
Operations in terrible conditions seems like a poor idea.
Hold on. Can I do I know what, or can I make a guess at what the company procedure would be in a situation like this, considering I'm a survival expert?
Yes. So yeah, there would be. So you don't have to make a roll. So what would normally happen is they would send out the initial exploration unit, which is yourselves. Look for as many survivors as possible, but not to the detriment of yourself, because obviously you don't want to be the people that need to be rescued. And then you would go back and then report, and then you would arrange for yet another one. So probably what would happen is when the time cleared, you kind of guess that no one's probably going to survive out here for longer than half hour, an hour, if you're lucky.
I think the justification to myself is if there is anybody in one of these things, they won't be alive.
Nope.
So there's no point in risking our own lives for it. So yeah, all right.
No.
And the company's probably, even though it's not probably written down anywhere, they probably are much more interested in repurposing the Ada's head and serial number, and also the mother unit.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we got one survivor, so it's you know.
You've got one survivor. The most important.
That's enough for the PR.
He's He's the corporate liaison officer, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
He actually works for the Cell Binational. All the rest are contracted, so it's all right.
Fine. We got the most valuable guy.
And you've got like and you've also got one of the scientists. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I was just wondering, while we were talking about driving back, whether I would try and put my foot down and say, no, we need to look for more survivors or something, but I won't.
Mhm.
That's fine. We'll just go.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, you will slowly make your way back, kind of in your own thoughts as to what you're going to do when you get back. At least you're going to make your way to the remote mining station.
Oh, yeah.
Where the other team will have prepared all that for you. So
Yeah, the one with the ominous crevice going down into the depths. That one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't need to stop there. We don't have
We don't
survivors
have to.
and
But we should
space.
definitely come back, because I think that we should have a good look at the ominous crevice.
Well, you
In
have
another
to do
life.
that. That's your staging area. So, and
Yeah.
hopefully the other exploration team will have already got it nice and warm and tasty for you.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Just like hell.
Exactly.
There's no logical reason to stop there. We have to get hammered back to the main base. We have to inform the main base of the state of the ship
Yeah.
and
I agree.
the news about
Agree. Yeah.
Yep. Well, if you wish to, that's a call for Jack to make. What do you think? This is some kind of democracy.
anyone else driving?
You're Elizabeth.
So can we call it a session?
That seems like the end of a good place to end the session. If
Yeah.
you're making your way back.
Let's drive
Will
off
there be
into the
XP?
sunrise.
Yeah.
Will there be XP?
Let's talk
what,
XP.
What
No!
XP?
There might be.
You're alive. Be
I'll
thankful.
tell you what. We'll do this while we're rolling, if you wish, before we get to anything else. So
Because I totally need to get one more so I can wheedle banter out of you.
really, okay. Experience,
So-
you get none.
I
Great
don't
job.
remember if we did experience last session. I don't.
I've got none on my
not.
character sheet.
No, we did not.
I have 4
Um,
experience on my character sheet. I know you did.
Yeah.
You did a session
too.
where you said you did like the first 2 sessions together. I think.
Yes, that's correct.
So everyone
which is
should
where you
have
got
at
your-
least. Everyone should have at least one. Because you
So-
get 1 experience points just for being around.
Yes. So I think the first 2 sessions, I think you got 2 or 3 XP, or maybe 4.
Mhm.
I think you might have got 3 or 4. Harry, how many did you have?
2.
You got 2. So right, okay. So I think. Okay.
Where is in the book?
Right, it's page 35. So, just for everyone else's thing, so you get XP if you participate in a gaming session. So all of you would have at least got 4 XP for just that. Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? The personal agendas that you've got for your characters. Have you done anything to actually further that personal agenda?
Yes.
Okay. What's your personal agenda?
Loner and survivalist.
Okay.
Basically, get the fuck out, get alive, and get on with the next thing.
Right. Okay. Harry.
I don't have anything listed. I remember making something.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I can make the transition to the new sheet somehow, but I wanted
Yeah.
to
It won't. It won't be the
experience
new
exciting things out there.
Without the notes, I don't remember.
I'll tell you what. We'll come back to that one for all of you. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC?
Nope.
Or did you risk
No.
your life for your buddy PC? So if you risked your life for your buddy PC,
No.
you decided to pick.
I had Elizabeth as my rival for the first part of the game. This session, I've changed to Jack.
Okay, I think she might have you as your rival too.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, so that's fine. Did you make a panic roll? I think you
Oh
all
my
did.
God, I think we all did.
You can all have an XP for that. Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? You can all have an XP for that. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
Yeah, we definitely did.
So you
Fair
all
to
have
say.
an XP for that. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
We survived.
No, that's reward
Yeah.
for itself.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Did you earn any money? It's another $1 another day. So no. So that would be your XP. So
Okay.
as a minimum, plus whatever XP you would have had
So
for them. So,
spending XP, I guess. Are we going to do that offline or have a chat about that offline?
yeah,
Or-
we can do that offline and chat. Offline, makes more
just for
sense.
people who are watching, again, just to kind of talk mechanics very quickly, this is like the old school Year Zero games where it's any increase costs 5 XP. It's not like Forbidden Lands where it's all tiered and different costs and stuff. So yeah, cool. Thanks very much, Ed.
Excellent, brilliant. Thank you very much.
That was good. It was good fun.
All good. Always a good fun Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Or afternoon, or late evening, depending where you are. But we're all generally okay here.
And we're on again for 2 weeks, and then we've got a break. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think so.
We got 2 more. I think we might have 2 more sessions. And then
I'll
there's
have
a
to
break.
double check.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's in our Discord.
Yeah, so we can do that.
Just check that.
Thank you, everyone who watched and listened, or will be watching and listening. Look forward to seeing what you do with all the relative information you have next session.
Oh God.
Excellent. So just a quick closing bit from me. If you haven't already, if you could hit subscribe and like on the channel, it helps it to grow. If you want to come chat to any of us, the best place to do it is in Discord. We're all on Discord. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, over on the right-hand side, there's links to Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. I'm also on Patreon, so if you want to come have a look at Patreon, I'd be very appreciative of it. But yeah, thanks very much. Or you can also, of course, here on YouTube, you can leave a comment down below. Also, yeah, Harry, do you want to talk about these patches?
Oh yeah. I forgot to plug the darn things, didn't I? Where did I put
Light's
mine?
not great here.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's
I
better.
designed these patches for the cast of this game. Habib didn't get his yet because the Royal Mail are fickle.
The village mail of Remscheid also.
Yeah, it got to Matt in Germany before it got to Habib in Kent. So, yeah, you know. Who knows? I
They're
don't
very
know how
nice.
it works.
They're very lovely, so thank you
But
very much.
yeah, they are fully embroidered patches. I designed them because I've always wanted to design patches, and for some reason it all sort of came together one day, and I just did it. And it was really nice. Because Matt and Ed reimbursed me a bit for the money I spent getting them printed, I've been able to buy my dog a better brand of dog food this month. So you've directly contributed to the welfare of a small dog.
Well, that's even better.
That's
Oh.
praxis, guys. And
Amazing.
yeah, so they're
Bummer.
surprisingly colourful, and now that the cast have theirs distributed, the remainder are for sale. And I think we were going to organise some kind of giveaway for somebody, but
Yeah,
that was
figure that
mostly
out.
Details
Matt's problem because he's
yeah.
better organising things.
Details TBC.
That's
I've got
for sure.
3 copies from Harry, so I will keep one for myself, and I'll probably do a giveaway for the other 2, and post them myself. We'll confirm details for that later. It's probably going to be done over the Discord channel, but maybe it might be a Twitter thing. I don't know yet. We got to figure the details of that out. So,
Amazing.
anyway, they're cool,
Brilliant.
and yeah, if you like the patches, then there will be a chance to win one.
Yeah, Ed, there's another glamour shot. Your lighting's better than Matt's.
Yeah.
They are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
They say new Alaska explorers. They've got a picture of an ice mountain and a space station and the LSBN underneath.
Which
LaSalle
totally stands for
Bionational.
LaSalle Bionational and nothing
does.
else.
And nothing else.
Yes. So
And
thank you
if you
very
think
much.
it counts for anything else, then welcome to the in-joke. You're welcome.
Amazing.
Cool. All right, and that's us.
Cheers.
So thanks very much, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you all very much.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.